And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Show Blitz as we're getting ready to break down the final game of Sunday's wild card round, a super wild card weekend. It'll be the Cincinnati Bengals hosting the Baltimore Ravens tonight on NBC and on Peacock. And also, if you're a subscriber to NFL Plus, you can also stream there as well. Once again, you guys can follow me on social media. You can follow me on Twitter at MetaSteelCGR and on Instagram at MetaSteelNation. Just saw the previous games go down from this past weekend. So far, right now, the 49ers, they have won the very first opener of the wild card round versus Seattle Seahawks yesterday afternoon. They are guaranteed to host a home game for the second straight week in Santa Clara. And the matchup that'll be determined. But the Giants should win today. If they were able to upset the Minnesota Vikings, they'll punch their ticket to Philadelphia, and that would mean the San Francisco 49ers would either host the winner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Dallas Cowboys. And once again, you guys can follow me on social media. You can follow me on Twitter at MetaSteelCGR and on Instagram at MetaSteelNation. We got a tight one going on right now as I currently speak before you between the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins at Highmark Stadium. The Buffalo Bills are trying to hang on. They have started this game with a 17-zip lead to start the game. And ever since then, the Miami Dolphins have been able to keep things close. They shut them out throughout most of the first half. Ever since that point, they went up 17-zip at about 12:46 to go remaining in the second quarter after a touchdown was overturned, I believe it was, at this point in time, which was to Gabe Davis. And that was for 19 yards. But anyway, here we are right now. Bills are having the ball right now. It was a little over 8 minutes to play. 34-31 is second and 8 right now with the Bills possessing the balls. We got it. As we look at their own 12-yard line and really need to get things going. Anyway, for tonight's matchup, the Ravens corner, the ESPN reporter who covers them, Jameson Hemsley. John Harbaugh is planning using Tyler Huntley and Anthony Brown. Harbaugh did refuse to name a starter after Friday's practice. Huntley, he is listed as questionable, but has been dealing with tendonitis in his right throwing shoulder, and Brown has made one career start. Huntley is more proficient at orchestrating the same run-oriented offense as Jackson, while Brown is the better passer who can push the ball downfield. Anthony Brown, who right now threw for 286 yards, which was his highest so far this is his rookie season, completed 19 of 44 of passing attempts. Huntley, on the other hand, is very proficient at orchestrating the same run-oriented offense as Jackson is. Ravens offensive coordinator Greg Roman said this past week that's a very fluid situation at quarterback, and previously acknowledged Huntley's injury has changed the way we've had to play some of these games a little bit. Huntley's yards per game have gone down this season from 154 to 110 this season. Now, Huntley does edge out Brown with 67% versus Brown's 45%. Huntley, he has a losing record as a starter. He is 3-5 and is a more experienced quarterback, but has struggled to throw the ball downfield because of his injured shoulder. Lamar Jackson, he was ruled out for a 6th straight game with left knee injury. He tweeted on Thursday he has suffered a PCL grade 2 sprain on the borderline of a strain 3, and his knee remains unstable. Now, remember, the Ravens did pick up his 5th-year option. He's playing no guaranteed salary. But the thing is, a guy who's trying to be at least $230 million or above in fully guaranteed money, and similar to, and not better than the Deshaun Watson deal, he has missed a lot of time right now. And this is, once again, see the Ravens in this position where they've been needing him, and he's been hurt down the stretch, especially like the last 2 seasons, if you think about it, especially. I mean, back in 2020, he did start 15 games, and then the last 2 years, I mean, he's missed 5 straight games. So this will be a 6th straight game. I mean, fortunately, they've been able to get in the playoffs by going in as a wild card. But here's the fact of the matter right now, as we look at it, Baltimore Ravens under Lamar Jackson have been 8-4, 6.2 completion percentage, which has been his second lowest since his rookie season, 62.3. He's threw for 2,242 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions, and has been sacked 26 times. But as far as like the rushing, he has ran for 764 yards along with 3 touchdowns. Bigger question is right now, his future is in serious limbo right now. Will he be able to re-sign with the Ravens, or and who's going to get his money from, if at all? I mean, more than likely, someone's going to pay him, but nothing's a sure thing at this point. Jackson, like I said, the Ravens are 6-0 all time on the road in the wild card round for them, fortunately. And they'll be entering as 8.5 point underdogs tonight to the Bengals. So they lose to be their first loss in the wild card as a road team, as I just mentioned. Joe Burrow, he's been able to overcome deficits of 18 and 10 points in the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl. He did fall short last year in the Super Bowl championship to the Rams, who won that one. During Burrow's weekly news conference leading up to the Week 3 game with the Jets, I asked him if he would rather take the ball instead of deferring when the team wins the coin toss in an attempt to start fast and not have to play from behind. According to Burrow, that's not my decision. Uh, and the person who asked the question says, right, but if it were, Gerald responded, I'd probably like to take the ball every now and then, he said. I think the game goes a little differently if you go down and score. From week 3 for week 18, the Bengals have scored touchdowns in their opening drive 6 times. Vikings and Eagles each have a league high 7. Bengals are 6-0 in those games. Ravens won the toss in week 18, became the first Bengals opponent to elect to receive rather than defer. They punted after 4 plays, and the Bengals drove for 63 yards for a field goal, upping their record to 9-0 this year in games in which they scored first. Dating back to last year, the Bengals have won 13 consecutive games in which they scored a first quarter touchdown and 15 of 17 for the league's best winning percentage during that time frame. Inside linebacker right now, speaking of which, Roquan Smith, he has fit in nicely since being traded to the Ravens from the Bears on October 31st. He is third on the team with 86 combined tackles and is also third with 7 tackles for loss. Smith did earn a 5-year extension from the Ravens that is worth $100 million, $45 million guaranteed as a highest inside linebacker paid on the annual average salary of $20 million right there. He has been very solid. Ray Lewis has definitely went on to back him up right here, who's definitely, as you know, one of the best inside linebackers of all time, no linebacker, as a matter of fact, as he sung his praises, gave him his blessing for this guy going forward. And Ray Lewis was saying that's the way the linebacker position is played. He's built to play the linebacker's position, Lewis told the Athletic. That's what he does very well. Find it, get to it, and punch it. He says somebody who I enjoy watching play his leadership. Oh, he's not a rah-rah guy. His leadership is way on the other side of what people give him credit for. He challenges people to know it, to understand it, to feel it, and be accountable. That aligns with a great leader. I love Roquan Smith. And there you have it right there. The impact that Smith has had on defense with the Ravens acquired them in midseason trade with the Bears, he is undeniable. The proof is in the game film and the stat sheets. And speaking of those stat sheets, like I said, with Roquan Smith, they're on a team with 86 combined tackles, and third with 7 tackles for loss for right now. And you look at like all the things too. I mean, the Ravens, who have been struggling a little bit on defense, I mean, the past few years, I mean, they've been slowly trying to get things back on their game. But we also got a defense though too. I mean, the Cincinnati Bengals right now too, coming in here, who is 6th in points allowed. And they're also 16th in total defense. I mean, still ways to get up there. But I mean, they've been doing pretty good in creating turnovers. They have 8 total for the year, and they're +1 in the turnover ratio right now. And you look at these Bengals defense though too. I mean, who they got on the other side right there? I mean, you got a guy like defensive end Trey Hendrickson, who's made 8 sacks, who leads the team right now. And then you look at who else is doing well too. I mean Von Bell right now, 4 interceptions, returned for 56 yards, along with Jesse Bates. He's another guy who's looking to try and hope to get like a new deal soon as he continues to get like more money with his team going forward. I mean, Jesse Bates, he is a guy who I believe he had to play on his 5th-year option with the team for the Bengals. Did not come to the terms of a new deal. He's got a base salary of over 12.9 million right now, and he was a 54th overall pick. Excuse me, not a first round pick. Excuse me, but he's a guy who's looking to stay around for the long haul and be one of the top paid safeties in the league. All right, so let's go ahead. Again, the keys to this game right here. I'm gonna look at for the Baltimore Ravens right now. If they're gonna find a way to upset and beat the Bengals in this game right here, I'm gonna look at a few things real quick here for the Baltimore Ravens. They're definitely gonna have to find a way keep the ball controlling more so like making mistake-free football right now. The Ravens right now they have thrown 15 interceptions. They are 8th in the league in turnovers. They can find a way to keep the turnovers down. They should have a way to be able to win this game. So be very incumbent by guys like Tyler Huntley and Anthony Brown to keep the turnovers control right there. That'd be one thing right there. Also, too, I would say also the Ravens, their run defense. I mean, you look at like the Bengals too right here. I mean, you got Joe Mix right there, who's still solid, running for 814 yards, 7 touchdowns, along with Samaje Perine, 394 yards. You gotta be targeted heavily right there in that area. So those would be things I'd be looking for, and that'd be it right there. So for this game, even the Bengals win this game. They are 8.5 point favorites. I'll say the Bengals will win this game tonight. Give me 28-21 in favor, or 28-17 in favor of the Bengals. And that's going to be this preview edition here for Show Blitz of the Ravens hosting the Bengals as we get into it. You can once again follow me on social media on Twitter at MetalSteelCGR and on Instagram at MetalSteel. Thank you for watching the Metal Steel podcast with your host Charles Project Richie here on YouTube. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button, and for all the latest Metal Steel podcast episodes, feel free to download them on Mixcloud, Anchor.fm, and SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcasts.